for a human being to wake up in true holistic knowledge and through the wisdom of the heart for a human being is very rare. And yet it is the most natural. This is the paradox. It is the most rare, and yet it is the most natural. And the rest is all due to ego. I don't want to be like you. I want to be like this. You're saying you subscribe to ego and to individuality, not knowing the limitations of individuality. In the universal consciousness, it has no competition, so it's not at fight. It supports the growth of all things. It supports the harmony of all things. And if one part is not, it's like a body. You want to be healthy, but you want bad kidneys. So bad kidneys is affecting every other thing. That is the heart of holistic understanding. That, yeah, of course, it's very limited by its physicality, but if you have unity of knowledge, it doesn't matter. Look at the sage Ashtavakra. He was all like this, but God plays these games. He is the most wise. They said that when the king was calling to find the most wise, king is looking for guru, and all different wise people showed up to be the king's guru. Then Ashtavakra, he was young and crippled. It was like this. And the others were laughing. Many of them were laughing. Where you think you're going looking like that? You will embarrass the king. The king doesn't want to see you. They're laughing. And then he also was laughing. And they say, why are you laughing? He says, I am laughing because you think I am this body. You understand? That was Ashtavakra. You're laughing because you think I am this body. And he became the king's guru. You see? So this is limited knowledge that human beings think, yes, I am, look at me, I'm something. This is pure ignorance. Pure ignorance. And, I don't even want to associate the word pure and ignorance. Just ignorance. Purity belongs to truth.
May I say something?
Yes, please, you do.
For me, just to make the best use of this lifetime is just to keep quiet and to let you work in, let you God work in. Because otherwise it's too complex, as you are saying. No?
This is what you find as you are discovering, going more deeply. You start to realize what the mind is like. The more you become more quiet, then you realize what ego is like and what the cost of ego is and how it is blinding, because all beings are suffering from spiritual blindness. The more you go inside, you realize what ego is and the cost of ego. The more you're in the mind, you talk ego. You feel, I'm special. Who you think you're talking to? This is ego. The more you're coming inside, meaning you're becoming more universal. From mind to heart to universal consciousness. The more you are just discovering, you think, but what do I do? Your sadhana is openness and faith. You've heard the message, no? And then somehow you open to welcome the presence, welcome the power. And then you work a little bit, okay, leave this, don't worry about that. What is to stay like this? You see, human beings are attracted to knowledge, but diverse knowledge. Unity of knowledge is not conceptual knowledge. It's spirit knowledge. Spirit knowledge is not about this. The spirit knowledge is being. Just being. We have to be attracted not to education and knowledge like this, but to simplicity and purity. Then the grace can flow, miracles flow, love flow, harmony flow, peace flow. All of this is flowing from this, what I call unity of knowledge. So the word knowledge can be misleading for people who think knowledge means knowing lots of things. No, real knowledge means knowing and being the one thing, which is the core of all diversity. And this in you already. Every other thing is a derivative. Everything else is like a distortion, a fragmentation of the unity. So if you find, actually we are meant to find the unity first, and then it manifests through the diversity. But we are attracted to the diversity, and we lose the unity, the sight of the unity. You see? But these are not things to keep in the head. Oh, I have to do this. I said, no. The mind is speaking like that. So you say, I keep quiet and make space. Make space. When you're quiet, your being becomes the temple of God. You're quiet. You're silent without identity. You're silent without doing silence. Just mean that you're available, you see. You become temple of consciousness. This is the most beautiful. Not a person become empty, but empty means you're aware of the mind, you're aware of the world, you're aware of the senses. But awareness is not them specifically. But they cannot exist without awareness. And you abide in this. You come to realize everything that comes, it can only come because you are here to perceive it. They come and go. You are here to perceive it. All of them will leave you. And you lose nothing. You are here to watch the play of the world. This is the highest knowledge. But it is a mystery for the mind. So how can you call knowledge you're not doing anything? So, okay, let's not call it knowledge. Let's call it heart consciousness. What does that mean? You may not feel inclined to meet such a question. It's enough. Not every question has to be answered. Sometimes not answering a question is more powerful than answering it. But not as a technique, as a gesture from heart, you see. Like cold? Yes, a little bit chilly. So what I share with you, there's an energy in it. Yeah? If you break it down to make it conceptual knowledge, then it will take more time. No? But now there's energy, vibration. There's a divine quality that come, which are not about words and teachings, but you hear what you're sharing, and there's an energy. The more you become open to it, then it's as though you absorb everything without having to break. This is little finger, this is next finger. No, this is unitive comprehension. Just come, you feel the energy. Okay, then yes. Welcome. Abide in me. Abide in me. I abide in you. Like this. Quick way, you know? Because actually, even all ways in the end will fall away. You know, all ways also are a journey in Maya, but they take you to the heart. Then when you realize that, you realize, but the heart has always been here. Heart is not somewhere else. So therefore, all journeys in the end, they're unreal, but they still have to happen. Because the person being unreal also, it came from the self, and must be attracted to the self. So, but first, the person is unreal, the journey is unreal, the separation is unreal, but you must practice, and then your unreality drop away. You can't do it. If you say, if it's unreal, then what's the point? No. The point is that you still carry the virus of personhood, and that has to be treated. And devotion and true knowledge is the treatment, is the vaccination for this thing. It has to happen. The play of life like that. Okay, we take you to your car, so you arrived today. Look at this. Oh, take a picture this way so they can see the Chinese morning. Come this way. There they go. Hi. That was totally worth waking up for.
That was really
Totally waking up for. You're up now? Yeah, it was the first, You were still in bed, actually.
You said this thing when we were back at that Jamaica about the wrong kind of self-consciousness.
Yes.
I've just been sitting or just looking as I'm walking with it,
Uh-huh.
and just feeling like it's definitely sometimes something flares up in that way.
Yes.
Kind,
Yes, because we use the word self-consciousness, but there's a different aspect is psychological self-consciousness, like personal self-consciousness, which is the consciousness that the personal sense of self has, which often is associated with inhibitions and constantly checking if the self is coming across in this kind of way. So it's a derivative from the true word of self-consciousness, which self is consciousness, and consciousness as self, So, but often in our world, the use of the term self-consciousness has this kind of psychological, personal uneasiness about it. So whether someone is proud or shy, it is a form of self-consciousness and is connected with personal identity and how personal identity reacts and interacts with the world that it perceives to be outside itself. So yeah, this I feel all the people have some portion of this psychological. We are brought up, and I feel that that us being in this form in the body is because we need to use the body as the instrument to work out our karmic accounts. By karmic account, I mean to whatever. Everybody understand the word vasana? Mm-hmm. So whatever unresolved tendencies and unresolved meaning that we are living in the identity of personhood and all the complexities that come with personhood, that all of that is makes us unnatural in our functioning and tense in the presence of others, you know, because but being in the company of the sense of otherness exposes our uneasiness, that the psychological identity wants to convey that it is good and that it is fine, but the very fact that it tries to do that is a sign that it is not good, it's not fine, because to be good and to be natural is our natural state. We don't have to try and demonstrate what is natural anymore than we have to. We don't go around saying, "Look, I'm breathing," look, because I mean it's natural, and so we don't say the things which are natural. You just are that which is natural. We say the things that we want to convey, often about ourselves anyway, and comes out of that psychological self-consciousness. But true self-consciousness is one's natural awareness, which is not entangled in personhood. Even the sense of a personal sense of self can arise in it, but doesn't have the poison. You know, we are aware of the sense of individuality. All of that, I feel, is also natural on a certain level, but we have all become intoxicated by it, and so we lose. I'm going to use the word like lose sight of, but you cannot see the self. That's another pointer to the naturalness of self. You cannot see it because it's not separate from you. But while we have the conviction of personal identity, the self appears separate. Like people say, like, I feel sometimes I'm really close to the self, I'm getting nearer to the self. These are not ultimate truths, you know. They come from the distortion, starting with the feeling that when I say I, it means the body, it means my person, it means my personal history. But really, I is symbolic only of consciousness. I and consciousness are the same, or I am is consciousness or beingness. But I has been substituted with the I am this person, I am this body. Who are you talking? Who are you looking at? You looking at me? No, don't look at me. This kind of very shallow and very limiting sense of self. No? And so.
I see in your presence that it's exposed more, something like the mind trying to be a certain way, you know, and that's...
You know, it's a good point, because really, the ordinary relationships of the world are not challenging enough to wake us up. They feed and support the personal paradigm of self. No? So we were saying that only the relationships, like a relationship that we have, is different because it challenges the person. And the person self being challenged, or I don't like the word confronted, but sometimes it is like that. It feels confronted. Although I don't feel that an awakened being is trying to confront in an aggressive way. Their very presence trigger an uneasiness. The uneasiness that is inherent in the person cannot hide in the presence of, like, maybe an awakened consciousness. So that is the purpose. We should look and see that is the significance. That's the gift of being with, say, an evolved state of consciousness, because then it shows the deficiency in us, and those who are graced to make use of that, who come into that environment for awakening, make use of that uneasiness and say, whoa, whoa. Because whether you meet, say, you may call a sage or an awakened being or whatever, that exposes that. They don't give that to you. It is already there. So it shows our uneasiness with ourselves on a personal level. If we are strongly identified with ego, that feels like an intense discomfort, And we want to get away. The ego wants to get away. The ego mind, the person wants to get away because it doesn't like feeling uncomfortable. You see? So it has a certain amount of an evolved being values the discomfort and can bring it forward and say, I feel so lost in myself, and say, okay, this is a chance. Because actually, as you're waking up, you come to realize the deficiency of personhood. You come to realize the shortcomings of an ego identity or personal identity. Eventually, you come to see the real evil and the oppressive nature of personhood, which we have to see in order to transcend. If we endorse the sense of person, then you stay trapped in that psychological state, you know. So of course, the difference with me being in satsang is that it presses all the buttons, or it exposes all the things that we're not, that makes us realize, well, look, I don't want to be like this. You have to come to the place where I don't want to be. I can't stand myself. You see, if you are feeling like that, come. Who is it? Everywhere he finds me, you know. He's one. Bom dia, Maestro Silva. Silva. Hi.
Stronger.
This is Maestro Silva. This is my first friend from Portugal. This is to this day we are like that. This is my first friend. He also was shaping Sahaja with his machine. He was the first coming. We have been like this from all this time.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. About 12 years?
No, it's more than
more.
No, 14, nearly
14.
13, 14,
it's
13.
Because I am an older man.
Yeah, me too. You got older and you carried me with you. What I can do? We share the same troubles.
Okay.
You're all good. Where are you going?
I go into the Sylvia's farm.
Okay.
And give some water for the fruit trees. Oh, nice day.
You too. See you later. The patient one is there. Oscar Wilde. Oscar Tame. Oscar Calm.
It changed 90%.
Aha.
Yeah, before he squared everything, and it's never be calm, and all the time, hey, something, never stay in the house. Many times the people in Sahaja call me, hey, Oscar, stay here, come for take. And no, like nothing happened. That's the when example the love can make. Okay, I go.
Okay, so
Ciao, Silva.
Thank you for having
See you
me.
soon. Yes.
hi, Oscar.
Oscar.
Very chill.
We have something to finish off. What would you say? I saw them.
Saw them.
Come in.
Very good. Nice to see you.
Did we finish off our thing? Did we say something?
Something with the praying.
Okay.
What was striking me, Guruji, you're saying that when you can't stand these things in yourself anymore.
Yes, you see, it's important to say that because in the world, that is seen as a problem, and it is if you don't go beyond. Yeah. If a human being come to a place where they're struggling inside and they can't go beyond, because it's a birthing time, it's a reborn time. Yeah. If they don't have someone to take you, to midwife you through into freedom, then you go a bit not good. But in satsang, it is an auspicious time. As you see, whoa, your world is not working, not the place where the ego is the tenant in the heart, is not working. And then you have to get wise guidance to help you to say, oh, don't identify with this. This is something to flush out. Don't even try to fix it. The thing is to be aware of it and stop identifying with it. You see? So this is a really crucial pointing. To be aware of something which is a habit and don't identify. And then what happens is when you observe something without identifying with it, it changes it. It begins to slow down. The noise, slow down, drifts away. And when it drifts away, what's happening is that you begin to feel yourself free of the contamination of that identity. And you see, whoa, you never know how better than okay you are without all these things that we so long associate. And that is the truth for everybody who does it. That's why I say persist, sit and allow the mind to play, but don't play with it. Stay only witnessing, to be aware of it, but don't get engaged, don't log into it energy. And if you do this just long enough, at some point, it cannot hold your attention. It just drops away. And when it drops away, you're left by yourself, with yourself, as yourself. And you experience this, whoa. You say, well, I never thought I could feel so good. You, with yourself, by yourself, is not needing the mind. You make use of mind. Guide the mind, train the mind, but don't be a slave to the mind. Mind is a bad master. You are meant to, the whole purpose of coming into this is to transcend the psychological influence and identity. When you do, then you can come off the wheel. If not, then you have to keep on, because the body has a certain duration. The soul not. The soul has to go on until eventually it becomes clear of of delusion. You see? If it doesn't, you just have to keep on. You wear out some clothes, you get some new clothes. But here, you wear out your clothes, you become naked in the true way, free of mind dependency and world dependency. Then the joy that is the true nature of the world you can experience. But with ego, no one, not even an emperor, a king having many kingdoms, cannot enjoy this world as much as yourself. Not that I say you enjoy the self. Actually, when you say I enjoy myself, it really means this. I am the joy of myself. I live in the joy of myself. But we see everything the mind stole, everything the mind duplicated. I enjoy myself, I had so much fun, I enjoy myself. But it's still limited by body-mind association. But you are the joy of yourself. This is... And these simple things, it's not even like a teacher to learn that, but to awaken to this. The knowledge cannot be, knowledge is not to be held. Knowledge must combust into spirit. Spirit doesn't have to hold something. So this is why knowledge, when you speak to somebody who is speaking from knowledge, they speak because of what they know, but not of what you are. You see, self-knowledge is that you are as you are. So in that, something is very, very diverse, very flexible, and can relate to different ways of conversing. It's completely adaptable because it's not holding any position. The self is universal. The person is very local, And the person cannot be still. He has to keep on changing because everything in the manifest world is changing. Even if you say, I'm not going to change, then you just end up being a strangeness. That part needs to change. And then you may know that which is not changing. You see? And only like this.
This what you're sharing, Guruji, is very much like a day-to-day experience, Because it feels like this, the last days or weeks or sometime. It's like, suddenly I'm sitting in my room or something and suddenly a strange state of heaviness comes, and suddenly I feel distance from you and God or whatever, and then I sit, I say, no, this doesn't belong to me. I don't know where it comes from, but I sit and suddenly in minutes or something explodes again in the joy of my being. But it's like God or you are putting me to day in a practical way, burst up this illusion of a me that comes strongly sometimes, and I'm calling upon the grace of God and you are fully with me.
Yeah. It's not even the physicality of that state, it's the interpretation of the state.
Yeah.
You see, because there are some people there in the body they're very sick, and but total in the spirit, full power. We were talking about Ashtavakra this morning. Ashtavakra is total aware, total awake. So even sometimes you may have a condition where, but if you are detached and you're aware, that doesn't interfere with you. You see? So it's not that particular condition by itself, but it's the belief that condition separates you from something.
Yeah.
That's more dangerous.
Yeah.
So the life is teaching that even these things can come, but they don't signal separation or division of the self. The self is indivisible.
Yes.
Once you know that, then you've used this lesson, because everyone came into this incarnation to resolve certain vasanas.
Yes.
No? But I put it that you come to satsang to resolve all vasanas. You understand? I'm feeling in the one satsang, transcend everything about it. Come completely off the wheel. Don't finish this bout. No? Like some person in our country, we have a shop, like we had a grocery shop, my uncle, and there are some people, local people, they don't have money. So they have something where they come and they make an arrangement, and you take your groceries, we put it in a book, and each week you come pay off. And you have to pay it off. You can't go too far back, otherwise they say no, we take you off and we cancel your account. No? So you have to pay off, and you take your groceries, you send your children with a list, then the shop takes it, you put the things, add it up, put it on your bill. You get it. No? So you have to keep clearing your account. What happens if one day, you win the jackpot and you pay off all your bills and you don't have to deal with the shop anymore even. You say, thank you, sir, that you look after us, support, but now I can even give you a gift now. You understand? So I say the satsangs have in mind that the satsang is to clear your total account, the ones that you are aware of and the one you're not aware of. No? Which account can do that when you don't even know some of what you suffer from? You remember that in the person suffer from spiritual blindness. You're not aware. That's one of the powers of Maya. You're not aware of what is keeping you bound and trapped in personhood. But satsang makes you become more aware. Like you say, when we meet, all these things come up. And this is a sign that you're in the right place, that's exposing by themselves those things. Only because we are weak, those things feel strong. As you're strong, they become nothing. So, but we all have to go through this play a little bit. But I say, if you focus now, the pointers have become very simple. And I see it's not because they were complex. The teaching have become simple. But what happens is that there's a fear of the ego. The fear in the ego is the ego is a fear. Bondia, the ego is like this. The ego, he doesn't want to let go. And the beingness, the soul, is attached to the identity in the ego. And so when the identity is with the ego, then what happens is all the teachings are helpful. It tries to put you away. No. It makes you feel bad. No, I don't feel bad. And then some people leave satsang because of the toxicness of identity. And they are a bit attached to identity. So the teaching, they can't apply it because it threatens the ego. That's the difficulty, that's the challenge. Now, because the teachings are complex, we don't give you a big book, read all this big book. Now it's come very simple. Learn to observe. But when you observe, the mind comes stronger. And it even manifests in physical ways. Somebody come and say, no, I need you right now, come with me, and all kind of things it can do. And it's been doing that all your life, distracting you from the opportunity of evolving. This is very important, that you notice. When you know it, your head, then you see, oh, this thing has come now again, and I'm feeling like I really just don't want to go to satsang. You remember I told you one day, you know him now. One man it was Sunday, we were having satsang in London where I'm living, and he comes to this bicycle to go satsang. But what happened was that he went into the park and he felt like, I like how the park feels today. Seeing lovely people, I want to go and have a tea and stuff. And he thought, I don't want to go to satsang. So he's in a park and he said, okay, I don't go to satsang. But he said, my bicycle came to satsang. With him, of course, with it. He says, I don't want to go. Well, why somehow it's like something is calling. Of course, not the bicycle came. The duality within himself. The mind wants to go out and explore a little bit of fun for today. But the heart is stronger. The heart says, no, go to satsang. So this duality is inside us. At one time, we will transcend the duality, the negative duality. There's a divine duality. Means that when you're awake, the duality is the manifestation. The duality and the unity are the same. One is the dynamic and one is non-dynamic. But when we are with ego, the duality is like we get trapped in it. And if you look, you'll see, the world is trapped in the ego. All the darkness, all the chaos, all the everything. Even the earth is rebelling against it. Because we have to go through that. The human being is not evolved enough to really live this, see the beauty of this world. This earth could be Eden, actually. This is Eden. All of this is Eden. This is the ongoing expression of Eden. So there's the Eden of the heart and the Eden of the earth. And because we came out of Eden in the heart, and we come out of Eden in the earth also. No? One thing is not all this earth, all this play, human beings going up and down, all of it. I'm going to tell you a secret. It's not true. It's only dreaming. But we are so invested in the dream, we cannot see the unreality of it yet. As you begin to stay here, you resolve, you may call recede, revert back to your original nature, which is here, it's always here. That's all. In one sentence, by observing the mind, you automatically revert to the heart. That's it. Game up. Game up doesn't mean the end of joy. It is the freedom of joy. You see? We're going this way. Where are you going?
This way.
Okay. Thank you.
Just at the end of the satsang, cricket started singing.
You said something about the expression, full joy.
Yeah, and the cricket was like, yeah.
Yeah, hello? Okay.
Blessed are we that have that direct confrontation. These are confronting you for.
Yes.
Where you, our master, you say everyone in satsang has to experience this struggle of ego, but some of us are so lucky that you point right to it.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other day. Like, I feel like God's gift is the love He puts in a devotee's heart, because like some of the vasanas that you have to point out to us, like in our regular relationships, if people try to point them out, maybe it even ends the relationship, you know.
You hear that? You hear that?
The friendship or
You hear that? That sometimes actually we're saying that, you know, you have to, when you're in satsang, because grace took you to satsang, then you can bear the confrontations, yeah? Because you know it's for a higher good. In our daily, normal relationships, daily life, you become comfortable in your person. You're not comfortable, but that's the deal. So if someone were to challenge your weaknesses, yeah, you fight to break up relationship, no, leave, and so, no, which it can happen with your guru also. But only a teacher of that caliber, who is graced to do that, can give that you will stay there and you'll work, you will understand that this is your real chance to go beyond. Because the usual relationships we have in the world, you will fight to defend your ego. It's the only place that can, the slaughterhouse of the ego is satsang. It's not a nice word, I shouldn't use it. The transcending place of the ego is satsang, okay? You say slaughter, no, the transcending place is to go to satsang, because then you're confronted in an environment, everybody's confronted a bit, but you realize it is for the good. And immediately you begin to feel the space opening up. So it is like you are having a rebirth. The contractions begin when you come to satsang. And nobody's enjoying the contractions. Yeah, but the baby come in. And the baby is you. Isn't it funny? The baby is you. We're giving birth to ourselves. So Lakshmi was pointing out again, you see, what we are having in satsang, you wouldn't accept it anywhere else in the world. You stand up for your rights, you know. Listen, you know, what you're doing, no, that's unfair to me, and you defend your position as your ego. You don't. Only in the satsangs, or in the temple, in the church, in the synagogue, in prayer, in the real, genuine search for truth, then you'll get confronted with some things. You start to feel, this, and you won't blame it. You will sometimes blame it on your teacher or something. You'll blame it, but at some point you have to retreat and say, actually, no, I can see it is good, and you have to confess, it is good for me. Why to be challenged in this way? You understand? But we don't go immediately, straight away. Huh? Oi, good. Hello. Hey.
Anyone wants some vegetables? I'm taking to the village.
Vegetables? Can I just see?
Yes, for sure.
Excuse me. Very important satsang coming up. Look at that. What is this?
What is that? Oh my God.
It's a weapon.
I was thinking of buying a zucchini, but they're too big.
It's a weapon.
On the other side.
Whoa, it's very nice. Wow. Wow. So we have
Still okay? Yeah.
Yes. Wow. What about can we take a few and then some for the village? Some you can have for the village. We can have some. Yeah, no. We want. We can even eat. Somebody can carry one. No. Thank you. What is your name?
Igor.
Igor.
Yes.
Igor. Okay.
Igor.
Thank you, Igor.
Igor.
Okay. Thank you. Wow.
You're welcome.
Very nice.
That's
very
all?
nice. Yeah, it's good. Thank you. Yeah. Somebody.
Nothing is mine actually. So.
This is true.
I'm just looking out. Thank you. See if they don't shake so much.
Yeah. This one. Igor, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
very
beautiful
much.
day. Have a beautiful
you
day.
too.
Thank you, brother. Thank
All
you.
of you.
Oh, good.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Sorry
Have a
for
beautiful day.
interrupting.
No. All is good. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, brother. Thank you. We give you a push start. Go on.
Yeah. Ciao. Thank you.
Yay! Did we finish talking about something we were talking about? Anybody we were yesterday I was talking with Lakshi, and we said that normally the ego identity, personal identity, has become so normalized, so standardized, so acceptable in the world that protected in a way. Ego has become so protected. I am putting together ego and personal identity as same thing. No? Which I say is the main cause of all suffering, all pain to ourselves and to others. The main cause of all the suffering in the world is due to personal identity. I don't know if anybody has come to see that yet. I would hope that everyone in satsang sees that. That personal identity that's not been resolved in the heart is the main cause of all trouble and suffering in the world. And that actually personal identity has become so normalized in life that actually it's as though we don't want to be challenged about our personal identity. Nobody wants to be challenged about their personal identity. It is top security on personal identity. So even your personal relationships, your family, friends, work, associates, strangers, nobody is comfortable to be challenged in their personal identity, except in satsang, except in a spiritual environment. An authentic spiritual environment does not tolerate or accept that your person is yourself. And only there you will allow yourself to be challenged. You understand? If you, in the form of a personal identity, is protecting your identity and still attending like a satsang, you will not make any progress. That is as clear as space for me. So even people who come to satsang, they do themselves feel the person, even if a guru should point to the person. But in that context, it is okay. Because whether it's in front of an enemy or in front of God, the ego is going to come up. It's going to, But then where you go from that, because in an authentic, loving environment, it need not be outwardly loving. The love itself is the intention to interact on the basis of truth. It will stir up. And even I find, for myself I can speak, even if I don't speak, things come up for people. And are you willing to be so free that even if people find uncomfortable things come up, you are willing to bear that? And not only to bear it, to maybe be a supportive guidance to help to transcend that when that opportunity is presented. If people say, I want to go beyond this. You see, if you are someone, you don't want to interfere in other people's stuff, then in a sense, you may say, I only want to be free for myself. But freedom is not a selfish thing. It doesn't mean you should go out and start to preach at people. That's also not true. But just living in the light of your own consciousness is sufficient light that even if you don't interact, it's emanating and radiating influence around you and transforming the energy field around you. And that energy field can go very far. The energy field, an awakened consciousness in a human body on this earth can go very far. Just like you have a radio station, television station is situated in this place, and it can radiate the images to countries thousands of miles ago. And those energy waves are not as powerful as the heart wave. Listen, when I speak with you, open your heart and mind to be enormous, okay? That's not ego. That's not ego. If ego wants to be enormous, it's like enormously ego. Usually ego wants to shrink or wants to, you know? So what I'm saying is that I'm not showing people how to develop the self. The self does not need any development. The self is ever perfect. If the self needed development, it would not be true. It's the person that undergoes transition and development, and thank you, and all of this kind of thing. So really just open to, you won't be able to write down and itemize anything, but open to the possibility that the God consciousness is unlimited. Open to the possibility of welcoming the unlimited within yourself. Because you already carry the seed. You are the seed of it. You see? So the point was, where you would be willing to encounter a kind of challenging presence to the ego, knowing that it's not in a war with your ego. It's shining light on the ego, and to make use of that to transcend the ego. That will happen in the environment that is a grace-filled environment. Not just knowledge-filled, but a grace-filled environment. You see? And other relationships or association, even to do with family, even to do with partners, even to do with your children, even to do with your co-workers, even to do with life generally, we tend not to stand for, you don't challenge my ego. Even in spiritual communities. People, hey, no, who you think you're talking to? No, that's me, You're still defending the ego. That's how powerful. And this is why I share that the teachings have become very simple. But following the teachings is still very hard. That's the main challenge. Not understanding the teaching, but actually implementing them in your heart is difficult. Because it will mean that the negativity, that is the internal sickness of human beings, is not allowed to prevail. It's challenged also.
Sure, when we say, I trust you, it's quite easily said, but we're actually saying, I trust everything. Everything that happens. Everything that doesn't happen. The bell. Everything. That's the state.
You have to go, that trust means emptiness. You become empty. Emptiness starts like a practice and becomes the essence. It doesn't actually become, it just unbecome the false. It starts like a practice, just to be empty, learn to leave things. Who is speaking to? Is speaking to the self in its manifestation as personal. Just don't get involved. Let the mind, don't fight the mind, don't fight the world. Just learn to be. Learn what be means. Don't become entangled with strategies and techniques about what you don't need. Disengage. Stay empty. Then the mind is furiously trying to find a picture for emptiness. So, gotta be empty, It will still be there, still try. But gradually, if you don't engage, if you don't log into the things appearing, at some point, it's as though they just dissipate. Their hypnotic power just drops away. And something is left. And I don't want to say what that something is. I don't want to spoil you. Well, I cannot spoil your enjoyment, but don't just anticipate. Discover that. Unspeakable. It's unspeakable, indefinable. That's the peace that is beyond understanding, meaning beyond the mind. And that peace allows you to see God beyond visibility. That peace. You see, it cleans everything. I used to say it autocorrects, but it doesn't even need to do that. Because the thing that needs to correcting is not even true. So it doesn't need to correct, just become empty, meaningless. But I will tell you, you can prove this today. Why? Because I only know kind of the nowness of being. So that's a powerful attitude, this nowness of being. When I say now, I don't mean, I'm not talking about instant, I'm talking about the timeless, the thing that's not waiting for a result later. It just abide in it, just abide in it. Doesn't matter if it feels difficult, doesn't matter, you abide in it. But not just tolerate, don't tolerate the quiet. Learn to just be empty. That anything you perceive through the senses or through the mind, you see, just let it be there. It's only a passing phenomenon. And you return to yourself. Because all our energy is going out to take care of your projections. All the energy we are losing is going out to take care, to control your projections. So just learn to leave that. Because even when we leave it, we still keep emptiness as a concept. It's not a concept. That's why I say empty beyond the concept of empty. The mind goes empty beyond the concept. It has to do that also for a bit. Then you realize that you put a lot of effort to discover the effortless. Who is this one that discovers it? The soul doing a term in life, in this life form at the moment. Using up the gigabytes of one lifetime to find what? Not to create, to find the one thing, that can never be lost. It only is lost in the mind. Mind make loss, mind make separation, mind makes everything. If you listen with an open heart, you may find that your listening is already the sadhana. Direct. So you don't have to listen now, you have to go step 1 to do this, step 2 to do it. If you listen in your heart, your listening is your sadhana accomplished. And you may find that in listening, there's a transformation. You don't know what happened, you don't have to describe it, but you are made more empty. And emptiness is key. It's like somebody asks you, you were up there with Guruji, what was he talking about? You can't remember. So, no. No, can't remember. It's okay. I'm not going to test you like that. Except one time I surprised you. What did I say just now? Were you listening? Yes. What did I say? It's okay. You understand? You can't figure it out. Were you listening? Oh, Babaji, I'm so with you. Okay. What did I say? It's okay. It's okay. The true teaching cannot give you anything, it can only take away.